Darts is more than just throwing pointy, sharp objects at a board, though that can be fun too. It is a game of skill, strategy, and maybe a little bit of friendly competition. And like any other sport, for you to perform excellently in the game of darts, you will first need a good understanding of the rules of the game. From beginners who want to understand the game better to even advanced players who may want to revisit the basics to get a good hang of the game, this video is for all categories of darts players. So, grab your darts, sharpen your focus, and get ready to decode the game in today's Darts Decoded. Rules of Darts Edition. Darts has quite a fascinating history, beginning right from the ancient times in medieval England, where warriors threw spear-like objects at the bottom of trunk trees as a form of entertainment. But beyond entertainment, it was a means to improve their aiming skills in preparation for battles. Sometime in the 19th century, civilians began to play the game as well, and from there, the darts design evolved into the modern design with its distinct flight, pointed tip, and shaft. Over time, the sport gained popularity, particularly among pubgoers in England, and soon became an integral part of social gatherings. As such, the game has seamlessly integrated into the British culture, with players from different categories and backgrounds coming together to enjoy the sport. The popularity of the sport led to standardized rules and equipment. The dartboard we know today was formalized in the early 20th century. London's clock board, with 20 segments and a bullseye, became the most popular. With evolving technology over the years, darts equipment has dramatically improved, and electronic scoring systems, as well as online streaming, have widened the appeal of the sport. Now, to the board and its segments. The darts are thrown to hit specific parts of the darts board. The dartboard is numbered 1 to 20. There are points for each section on the darts board, each with a different color. The various colors of the outer rings, inner rings, and bullseye are to highlight the different sections on the dartboard. The outer rings score double the amount, while the inner rings score triple the amount. The outer bullseye is worth 25 points, while the inner bullseye is worth 50 points. The distance between the bullseye and the ground is 173 centimeters. Each player has 3 darts and stands at a line called Oki. The dartboard is situated 2 meters and 37 centimeters away from the Oki. If a player's foot crosses the line, it is considered a foul, and the player will have no score for the darts thrown. Players are permitted to lean forward while throwing, but their feet must remain behind the line. There are different types of darts games, with 501 being the most popular. The goal of the game is to be the first player to reduce your starter score of 501 to exactly 0. Your last dart must land on either the bullseye, also known as the inner bull, or a double ring equal to your current score for you to qualify for the win. The inner bull is considered a double with 50 points. There are other games like the 301 darts, which is mainly for beginners. 301 is quite similar to 501, except that in 301, each player starts with 301 points as the name implies. The players are given 3 throws per turn. Each time a player hits a numbered space, their score is reduced by that space's number. In order to win 301 darts, a player's score would have to reach 0. Here, the first player to reach the score of 0 is the winner. However, you have to hit precisely 0, which means if your turn scores more points to put you past 0, it won't count, so you would then try again on your next turn to hit 0 exactly. For the last throw, a player must hit a double. Otherwise, their turn is over. For example, you have to hit the double 20 if you have 40 points remaining. However, in friendly competition, many players choose not to enforce that specific rule. This leads us to something very crucial: starting and ending your game. There are different ways to begin or end a game. First is the straight in, also known as the straight start. Here, there's no requirement for a unique starting throw. You can start scoring points immediately with your first 3 darts, aiming for the highest score possible. This is one of the possible ways to begin games like 501 or 301. However, the double in is a common way of starting a 301 or 501 game. Here, The first player has to hit any double, which is the thin outer ring of the dartboard, before they can begin counting their score. This means that any throw made before hitting a double does not get to count in their total points. And if the player cannot score double, then their score will not open. This, however, counts only for the first round. In subsequent rounds, the player would not have to throw a double again. Next is the double out. Here, the player has to hit a double that makes their exact score 0 in order to win. The opposite of the double out is the straight out, where the player simply has to arrive at 0 points. Here, no doubles are necessary, but note that the straight out style is very rare and should only be played by absolute beginners in order to keep the frustration level low. Let's see another game in darts. This game is called cricket. It is a fun game that involves hitting specific numbers and the bullseye to score points and own sections of the board. Here's a quick breakdown. Players take turns throwing 3 darts at the board, trying to hit 15 through 20 and the bullseye. If you hit any other number, nothing happens. Cricket requires each person to close out numbers, meaning players have to score each number, 15 through 20, and the bullseye 3 times before the game can end. If you hit the outer ring of a number, that counts for 2, and if you hit the inner ring, that counts as 3, unless you're aiming for the bullseye, in which the outer ring counts for 1 and the inner circle counts for 2. So, if you hit the inner ring of 15, for example, that closes it out for you or your team. If a player closes out a number before the other does, that player can start racking up points every time they hit that number until the other player closes it out. Once both teams have closed out a number, it is no longer in play, and neither team can score points on it, and the team that closes out the board with greater or equal points wins, whether it's aiming for precision or navigating the various game types. Mastering the rules unlocks the full potential of the game. Ready to improve your darts game? We believe in you. Grab your tools and start practicing. With the right level of dedication and these handy rules, you'll be an absolute dart champion in no time. That was Darts Decoded Rules of Darts. Did you like the video? What topics would you like to see on this channel in the future? Let us know in the comments. Please leave a like if you enjoyed watching this video. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and activate the bell so you will be notified when we upload more insightful videos in the future. You may want to take a look at our collection of fantastic videos tailor-made to satisfy your darts needs. Until next time, watch, learn, and win.